what it could mean. That video was actually made to go along with some music, and we'll be revealing all the details in this broadcast, so make sure to stay tuned.
Okay, it's not right now. It's not right now.
I'm sure
Okay.
you all want to hear the latest about the Legends Festival.
Let's see though. Maybe they're gonna say something right here.
Into it, starting with this.
No. Okay. Festival face-off means that I'm gonna face off with my coffee and pause the video.
Just a few days. Please take a look.
Another LL Zenkai? Is it Bardock? Yeah, of course. I can tell with the track. Okay. All right. They pop it off with a Bardock Zenkai now. That's interesting, man. What is Bardock gonna do? Are they gonna take off the restriction for having allies on his team get defeated for him to start getting buffs? I understand it. There's nothing wrong with having that in general, but like endurance being tied to it sucks. But this guy already has a plat too, doesn't he? Interesting. When did he get his plat? How long ago was that? It's probably, oh, that rhymed. It was probably like 6 months ago, or at least, right? Interesting.
That is right. Legends Limited, Bardock is getting a Zenkai Awakening.
So that's what those posts on our official SNS were about. Can you tell us about the Zenkai ability?
Wait.
The Zenkai
That's what the
ability
post was
will
about?
target characters who are both Element Yellow and Tag Saiyan.
If
What?
it's Yellow and Saiyan, then it will even apply to Ultra characters.
Yellow
like
Saiyan, we don't have a lot of those.
Vegeta and Ultra Super Saiyan God SS
Wait,
Kaioken Goku.
did I hear her right?
Exactly.
I didn't,
It'll
right? No way I
also
did.
apply to other powerful characters
No
like
way.
Legends Limited, Super Saiyan
No way.
2, and Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Trunks, Adult, and Vegeta. And
No way.
Legends Limited, Super Saiyan God,
swear I
Super
heard
Saiyan
that.
Gogeta. So, you'll be able to try a bunch of
It could just be
combinations.
6 AMD free
You can
tripping.
get the Awakening
My eyes
Z-power
still hurt.
from
That's how
Zenkai
tired I
Rush
am. I woke up
Battle
at
and
5:45.
Mission. So don't miss out and aim to Zenkai Awaken Bardock.
No way.
Up next,
Is it a Goku Zenkai? Wait, no, okay. They're not telling me. Okay, hold
Are
on.
y'all taking on the
We'll be right
non-stop
back.
festival raids?
I don't care about this
The
stuff right
third
now. I do
one
care, but
is
not right
on
now.
right
The video's
now,
all
but
about the new
tomorrow
characters.
marks the start
It's
of
also
the
all
fourth.
about you hitting that thumbs
Each
up if you
raid
haven't yet.
has
It's
up
free.
to
It takes just a couple of
700
seconds.
Chrono
Just do it.
Crystals available for you to get.
appreciate
So
it.
there's equipment that is guaranteed to be godly rank.
making godly equipment can be a real challenge, so it's nice to be able to get a
Guaranteed godly
one.
rank Shallot
sure.
exclusive
This
equip.
equipment will be
It's been a
available
while since
from
Shallot got a
Shallot
unique equip.
upgrade missions, and it will only be usable
Like
by
he
Shallot.
had one at launch,
You
I
can give
believe,
Shallot
that
different
awoken.
tags depending on the
That got awoken like
transformation
instantly,
or
right?
costume you pick, making the character very versatile. So we hope you'll try out this godly equipment in both
Interesting.
events
Okay, that's
and
cool.
PvP.
That's really cool.
All right, that's it for our
time for
event
news. Let's
info
go.
today.
Let's go,
So
let's
why
go.
don't we go ahead and announce a new character?
Good idea. Let's see if you've managed to guess who it is from the event story we released the other day and our recent SNS posts. I'm sure that you've all been racking your brains trying to think of just who it might be. Well, are you ready? Then please take a look at this.
Oh no. The track though. Oh, wait a minute. Can this even be in my video? It's copyrighted music. Okay, I thought they were gonna actually transition straight into it. I didn't realize they were gonna show the clip again. Okay. All right. I assume Goku's gonna pop up this time with his face in. I gotta actually turn this down. It's just like, it's gonna get me God. It's gonna get me God. And the video is worth nothing monetarily. Dun, dun, dun. Not to me anyway. Oh, it's still just the regular. Oh, there it is. So Goku with the Spirit Bomb. That was a nice tie-in. And this is Bardock's. Yep. Okay. Oh man, Solid State Scouter is such a freaking bop, dude. I can't believe I said bop. Dude, it's such a good track. Every time. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's not my favorite track from Dragon Ball, but it's definitely like maybe like top 5. It's really good. Okay, right here, right? Let's see what they got. Let's Saiyan pride in their hearts. Oh, come on. Chala Head Chala of all songs, the most copywritten song of all time? Okay, it is a Goku Bardock Super Saiyan? Base. That's fair. I wasn't sure how Goku would be Super Saiyan, right? Because he got transported before. Ooh. Okay. Oh, I was saying, I bet they're blue, and they are blue. Survive a combo without being defeated. Indestructible? What the? What the? What? What? No, don't be adding broken skills like that. Do not add broken skills like that anymore. Oh, that is hella cool. Oh, that looks so cool. That looks so cool. Good Lord.
This time around, we really did it. Yes.
Oh my God, that looks so cool. Oh my God, they look so cool. Don't add broken freaking skills. Do not add, no more. No more. Because eventually they're gonna be on the next character. They're gonna be on like insane characters later. Stop.
The original tag character is joining the fight.
Don't make stuff up anymore. No more new stuff. No more new
Truly
things.
is. We've been wanting to make a tag character.
All right, let me turn
that
Toshi out.
only ever dream of, but managed to do it for this year's
Whoops.
Legends
There it is.
Festival.
Okay.
They have some amazing original animations too, so definitely keep an eye out for them. Plus, we also have a very special message from a certain someone. Take a look.
Nozawa? I was just wondering about her too. How she's gonna do both voices, right?
バーダック役の野沢雅子です。
I was literally just thinking about her.
2023年最後の大型イベント、レジェンズフェスティバル2023。楽しんでますか？今発表がありましたが、第2弾の新キャラクターは孫悟空&バーダックです。レジェンズオリジナルのタッグキャラクターということで、
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
驚かれた方も多いんじゃ
I
ない
was
でし
scared
ょ
earlier
う
with
か。
that Zenkai.
孫悟空とバーダックのオリジナルストーリーもレジェンズに実装されるとのことで、ここでしか見ることのできない共闘は必見ですよね。その他にも年末にかけてさまざまなキャンペーンが続々開催されるみたいなので、
Is this going to be a single LF this time for part 2? Because did they just flip it?
盛り上がっていきましょう。以上、野沢雅子でした。
And by the way, just after Christmas, around the 28th, they're going to come
As
back
I'm
with a
sure
third
you
banner.
all know, that lovely message was from Masako Nozawa, the voice of both Goku and Bardock. Thank you for the kind words, Nozawa-san. Now, I know you want to know more about this character's abilities, so let's dive right in. Goku and Bardock is a melee type.
Oh, green,
where Goku
blue.
is element
Oh.
blue, and Bardock is element green.
Okay.
This character's tags are Saiyan.
That yellow
Sun
Bardock
Family,
Zenkai
and
was perfect
Green
for this team
Bardock.
then.
And Z Ability 3 will buff Tag Saiyan.
Oh, wow. They do
Episode
special
Game
move damage to all
Originals, and Tag
Saiyans?
Sun Family.
Oh, that's amazing.
The first thing that
Wow.
stands out about Goku and
Wow.
Bardock is its firepower in the mid to late stages of a battle. Goku and Bardock has a switch ability type unique gauge, which means that every time you use the switch ability to change between Goku and Bardock, the unique gauge will charge up. When you charge it up to max, you'll get a boost to damage inflicted and temporarily nullify enemy, destroy card, reduce key, and destroy Dragon Ball effects. That means after maxing up the unique gauge, you'll
This
have a
character
window
gets
of opportunity
card
to go
protection
on the
and
offense,
key
during which
reduction
your
immunity.
opponent won't be able to destroy your
Dude,
cards,
that's Ultra
reduce
Janemba
your
and
key,
Vegeta
or
Blue
destroy
together.
your Dragon Balls. Not only that, but if you tag switch when the unique gauge is full, you can also
I can't
draw a
recall if
special
the
move
Tag
box.
Goku Vegeta had reduced
Since
key,
you
but I know
won't
they do have
to worry
card
about
protection.
losing cards or key, you'll be in a great position to land that special move. Another of this character's standout features is that it can easily charge both the unique gauge and the switch gauge.
Charges when it enters the
switch gauge will
battlefield.
charge by 40%
What?
when this character enters
What?
the battlefield. So, if you can land a combo, you'll be able to tag switch right away.
You instantly get it right
Plus,
back.
When Goku and Bardock is hit with an enemy's special move, Awakening or Ultimate Arts, the switch gauge will be charged a ton. Since this character's unique gauge charges whenever you tag switch, being able to tag switch often thanks to a fast charging switch gauge will help you charge up the unique gauge too.
They've really been enjoying
Keep
these
using the
fast tag
ability
switch
and max out
characters
the unique gauge
since the
as
Gammas.
quick as you can. Now, let's
It's an
talk
interesting
about some
idea.
differences between Goku and Bardock. Goku has an emphasis on solid defenses. When entering the battlefield, the enemy's arts card draw speed will be lowered, and when changing cover, Goku will lower the arts power of the enemy's strike and blast arts, as well as
I'm
their
still thinking
special
about that
move,
indestructible,
Awakening,
man.
and ultimate arts.
Part of me feels
In
like it's
contrast,
actually a good
Bardock
thing.
is a fierce attacker. if the enemy switches characters
Because
while Bardock
characters
is
do
on the
so much
battlefield,
freaking
this
damage
character
nowadays,
gets
and
a
I've been
boost
saying
in damage
defense is
inflicted
dead.
and key
You got my
recovery,
initial
as well
reaction.
as
I
a
guess I can maybe
reduction in
amend it.
blast
It's not a
cost.
bad thing.
When
I
you
just
land
hate
your
when they add
third
new
arts
broken
hit,
stuff.
And for subsequent hits, Bardock will even get a boost to critical rate. Use Goku's defenses to take the brunt of your opponent's offense, then use Bardock to launch a flurry of blows and dish out some serious damage. Back to some shared abilities, both characters will have a special cover change against strike arts that can be followed up with a special move arts.
Okay.
There's one other exciting feature to discuss that was
And
touched
that's
on
the
briefly in the
Indestructible.
trailer. Goku and Bardock will both have access to a new ability, Indestructible. Let's jump right into the explanation. With Indestructible, when this character receives an attack that would reduce its health to 0, the cannot be defeated effect will activate. In other words, once Indestructible activates, you will survive at 1 health until your opponent's combo is over.
Rising
and
Rush
then
included?
recover health. It's best if you take a look at some actual gameplay, so check out this clip.
Looks like it is Rising Rush included. That bar is pretty cool. That bar does look really cool.
Pride of all Saiyans.
And then you heal right after? Okay. That's
With
fair.
endurance effects, if your opponent is able to continue their combo, then you can just end up getting defeated. But with Indestructible, you're certain to last until the end of the combo. When Indestructible activates, that is, when you receive an attack that would normally reduce your health to 0, effects will activate that reduce your opponent's ki, destroy their cards, and inflict all enemies with no switching.
Why do they need
But
that?
there's more.
Why do you need to
After
debuff the enemy if they can't even kill
Indestructible
you?
ends, meaning the cannot be defeated effect ends, this character's unique gauge will charge by 50% and
Health
its
by 50.
health be
Okay.
restored by
Indestructible is
50%.
like a cross between
You'll
revive
even
and
temporarily
endurance.
nullify
I'll explain why in a minute.
unfavorable element factors for
Whenever
damage
this ends,
received.
I'll explain.
Goku and Bardock won't just be indestructible, but all of those effects will give you the perfect opportunity to stage a comeback and fight back against your foes, and that's the true strength of Goku and Bardock. Plus, Indestructible won't be affected by attacks with endurance nullification.
I was gonna
Survive your
say.
opponent's biggest attacks like their Rising
Okay.
Rush or Ultimate
Okay,
Arts,
okay,
then
that's
bring
fair.
the pain in the later stages of battle. You'll be able to experience the incredible hidden potential of Saiyans with Goku and Bardock's powerful new abilities.
Damn, Legends is finally going all in on a
There have
Saiyan
been
team.
many
They haven't done that
characters up until
in
now
years.
with endurance
That's
effects
crazy.
That restore health once it reaches 0. But this is the first character that can stay at 1 health during an enemy's combo before restoring it when the attack finishes.
That's correct.
Just wait till we get an
Goku
endurance
and Bardock
indestructible
has some
character.
amazing restoration
Just
power
wait.
and also gets stronger throughout the second half of battle. So, withstanding your opponent's onslaught before hitting back with a powerful attack is a great course of action. Plus, to go along with Goku and Bardock's
All those
arrival to
copywritten
Legends,
tracks I can't
3
play in my
songs will
videos.
be available for a limited time in-game, including both the Dragon Ball Z opening theme, Chara Hit Chara, and music that plays during the series Dragon Ball Z.
Dude, that's what I
EDM
was
for the
like.
TV.
Of all the songs
As
you can
well
play right
as
now, you're gonna play
Solid
Chala
State
Headshot,
Scouter
like the most
from Dragon Ball Z
copywritten song of
Bardock,
all
the
time.
father of
Like,
Goku.
why?
It's always great to see Chala Hechara in game.
No,
but
it's not.
being able
It's
to
not.
hear some of the BGM from the series with Dragon Ball Z BGM TV and Solid State Scouter is a real treat.
Both of them are necessary for a showdown against Frieza, which is why we've added them for Goku and Bardock's release.
Is there a new Frieza?
If there's anyone out there that usually plays on mute,
It's gonna be an
try
Ultra
playing with the
Frieza.
sound
It's gonna be
on
an
for
Ultra
full
Frieza, isn't it?
experience.
No, they're gonna do
More
Ultra for
detailed
Part
information
3.
about this
No
new
way.
character's
No way right
abilities
here.
will be posted on our site after this
Does
broadcast
Toshi have a
ends.
Legends
You
shirt
can
and
find a
hoodie
link
on at
to
the
it
same
in the
time?
description of this video, so please
Looks like
don't
it.
forget to give it a look.
That brand merch going
That's
crazy.
all for new characters today. But
Nah,
we actually
we
have
don't-
one more piece of info
We gotta
to
stay
share.
until the end.
Here it is.
What is it? The story thing?
Masako Nozawa mentioned this briefly in her message earlier, but a father-son bond, a fierce fight to the death. An original story for Goku and Bardock is coming as well. As I'm sure some players have already noticed, this is the true identity of the story event in-game right now that has its name hidden and only one chapter available.
Yeah, and they have that
And
Kaioken
that
Goku
everyone's
on there for like
looking
no
forward
reason.
To what will happen next.
I know I am. Sorry to keep y'all waiting. All the other chapters will be released tomorrow. This is a special event to celebrate the addition of Goku and Bardock to the game, and should serve to give some background on how these two characters came to fight together as this original tag character. This is a completely original story, and while it'll be a permanent event that you can enjoy whenever you like, I think you'll get the most out of it if you read it soon, immediately after release.
And that brings us to the end of our announcements for today. We've reached the middle stage of the Legends Festival, but there's still plenty of fun to be had.
Yep, and we've got more to come too. The 300 free summons and roulette-style festival challenge that awards items will both continue, so make sure you're at least logging in to get those rewards. And I'm sure that everyone has managed to increase their power levels by quite a bit during the Legends Festival, so please try out the Festival Face-Off and Festival Duel events to see just how far you've come. There's plenty of Chrono Crystals available from different events too, so play Legends as much as you can and try to boost your strength as far as it will go.
I really want the Goku and Bardock that we announced today.
Me too. The tag character is a Legends original, so don't miss it.
Plus, with the next set of missions coming, we should also be close to being able to get enough tickets for the free 100 times summon that has 3 LLs guaranteed.
Yes, the missions we're adding this week should finally make it possible to collect 100 tickets. There are already some missions available right now, so it's best to start collecting tickets while you can.
Now, that's all we have for today. There are plenty of other events and campaigns coming that we didn't talk about today, but you can go to our official SNS pages where we post any news that doesn't make it into our broadcast, info about present campaigns and more. Don't forget to give us a follow. For now, we hope you all continue to enjoy the Legends Festival.
Bye everyone!
Oh, it might actually be over because the end screen's popped up. It is over. Okay. Gotta stay till the end because they got me one time and I never lived it down. And Toshi always jokes about it to me.
It's like they're rising.
You're never gonna get me again. Hold on. I didn't see the little things pop up. Okay, it does say 3 seconds left. So like, yeah, it's done. Never gonna get me. Okay. So yeah, you guys saw my initial reaction, which in my initial reaction is no more broke stuff. Like, that's my reaction when they added card protection, when they added the immunities to key reduction and stuff like that. Because my thought process is, and has been for a long time, that the characters in this game just flat out do way too much damage. And that defense is mostly dead. So like the last like new effect I was actually really excited about them adding was the Arts Power debuff when Pan came out last year with that. And since then, all the best characters are now doing it. And it is very, 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 very helpful. Like, characters now have a lot more longevity if they've got that effect and things like that. And now characters are now reducing arts power for allies or whenever they're switching and just different things like that. And so it's evolved into something that's really, really strong. But that and card protection and all that stuff is not really on the tier of something that literally says I can't be killed. Like, it's not the same. It's not at all the same. This is probably the most monumental change since maybe like Revival or maybe Nullify cover changes. I may be being a little bit hyperbolic, or maybe I'm forgetting something there. But even with Revival, right? That's still only on like less than 10 characters. They don't put that on very many characters. Now, there's a world where Indestructible doesn't make its way on many characters either. That's what I'm expecting. I think Indestructible will obviously be on the next headliner. I don't know if it'll be back on another effect for like part 3, whatever they drop there, like the Ultra. I don't know if that character will have it. But like, you know, if we get a celebration between now and an anniversary, or just flat out on anniversary, it'll probably be back then. You know, 6 months from now is a good enough time period to put it on another character. Also, by the way, like, they kind of tease this as being an Ultra. A lot of people, that's why I said in my videos, I was like, I don't know if this is an Ultra or an LF. I don't know if this is a free character or not. I have no clue what they're doing. So props to them, because like they kind of teased it because the art was moving, right? Anyway, so Indestructible though is like a solid change, and like I said, it's kind of in the middle between Endurance and Nullification, or excuse me, Endurance and Revival. Because what happens is with Revival, the big difference with Revival and Endurance is, as they pointed out, when you pop Endurance, you can just keep going. Some of the newer endurance characters like Gotenks and stuff try to stop you from continuing, but the best characters are just going to keep on going, or you can switch and keep going, right? So, or you'll just flat out get endurance nullified. Revive nullifies in the game technically, but it's on one character that nobody uses. So anyway, you'll get endurance nullified, right? So there's that. Or the thing is with revival though, aside from the nullification stuff, it resets you to neutral. It just forcibly ends the combo. The combo has to end. It doesn't matter. The combo ends. Same thing is happening here. Resets you to neutral after the combo's over. It just doesn't play a fancy animation. And my big thing is the character going to come back with health? Because they have to come back with health because they're just going to get quick attacked. And they do come back with 50% health. So really, really strong effect. The real thing with this is that it's going to also have an endurance nullification, of course. But also the Rising Rush not being applied is a big change too. We're now seeing something that, like, aside from revivals, Rising Rush can't interact with, right? It can't shut down endurance naturally, but some characters can. So anyway, moving on. Yeah, so that's pretty much it about them. Let's see, or that effect specifically. Let's see a little bit more what they're saying. I thought the Z ability having Saiyan, strike attack and defense and special move is pretty freaking insane. It's pretty insane. Also, what was up with the Bardock thing? I totally misheard her, or maybe she was like, oh, this is one of the characters that this is supposed to be tied to, like just hinting that the later character will be a Bardock or something. I'm not really sure. But, yeah, they scared me with that. I was like, there's no way they teased us with, like, Zenkais, right? Anyway. Also, what the Bardock having a yellow Z ability for Saiyans is whatever, because he's a yellow character, but like I'm surprised that we don't have a yellow character released here. This is blue and green, that's fine, which means maybe we'll get a yellow character for part 3 that's a yellow Saiyan. I don't know. But also, like, no GT stuff being here, like, is scaring me. If you're like a GT fan, it's very possible that they're just bypassing that for this Legends Festival, which is like really bad if you're a GT fan, because they haven't given you anything in like a year. Anyway, unlike Universe Survival, who's been getting like their buff like their life dependent on it all year long. Plus 7% strike attack and defense for the Legends ability there. Blast attack and defense, strike attack. Right here, slightly discharge his own gauge every time this character uses a switch ability. In fact, they should have this stuff up on their official site. Let me pull it up. Okay, yeah, we do have the ability page. Let's see what they do. So this character main feature is the Indestructible. Yeah, we get it. Goku is a blue character. Sun Family. Team Bardock tag. I forgot about that. Yes, I can use Shugesh. Shugesh is yellow, right? I can use it with a Zenkai. But oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, by the way, that's why this character also isn't Super. It makes sense story-wise why the character isn't like a Super Saiyan Goku. But the reason why this character is also not Super Saiyan because Blue Bardock would pop in. Oh my god. Alright, tag switch to Bardock and change to green. The ability to boost your arts card speed as well. Alright. Tag switch to Bardock, switches own element to green, restores own health by 10% and ki by 40, applies attribute upgrade, shorten sub count by 2 to self, resets after switch, plus 20% to damage inflicted, and increases draw speed. Okay, so when you switch out, you switch elements, get health, get ki, get a sub count down, also damage and draw speed. Okay, pretty standard, straightforward stuff there. Also, this is Game Originals. Oh, Game Originals. I forgot about that. Oh, the Game Originals team will finally start popping off with new characters like this. Interesting. Oh, that's epic. All right, that's really cool. All right, so Goku's Strike Arts applies attribute upgrade minus 10% to enemy sustained damage cut effects. Of course it does. For 10 counts, okay. Blast card restores ki, okay. Blue card, massive impact, applies the following effects itself upon activation, plus 50% damage, and nullifies endurance. Seals enemies' green cards on hit for 5 counts. Okay, that's not great. I mean, it's good, but it's annoying. Speaking of the green card, applies the following effects itself upon activation, draws a strike, gets 50 ki, 15% damage, 15% health, nullify cover change for 5 counts. Okay. Combos into greens, blues, and black, or greens, reds, yellows, excuse me, I was like, what am I talking about? Reds, yellows, and blues. How about that? If the gauge is full, applies the following effects itself upon activation, minus 20% to enemies sustained damage cut effects. God dang it. This is another reason why characters just blow up other characters. Because now all the characters are penetrating defense. What that means is that they're hitting through the character's defense. They literally have, this says right here, literally minus 20% to enemy sustained damage cut effect, while he already has on his strike for 10 counts a minus 10% stack of this. Like, and he picks up nullify endurance, or nullify cover change, excuse me, on the green, and a strike card for free. Like, this character hits like a nuke after a few cards. All the characters do. That's a really crazy effect to have. And that's part of the reason why characters just get blown up. So unique ability 1, plus 20% strike damage against LOE. I'm kind of surprised that they just, I guess, left that green Frieza to be the Frieza representation. Like, I thought there would be an Ultra Frieza or something, or another LF Frieza or something. Like, because that Frieza popped up and it's like, what is this even for? But I guess he's for the tie into this. Like, it's just, you know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. And then they brought back Frieza Saga stuff like the Ginyu Force, and this character isn't really, I mean, it takes place during that portion of the story, I guess, but it's not really tied in, right? It's just weird. Applies falling effects itself when the battle starts. By the way, I guess that's what we should expect for Legends trying to produce new characters, I guess. Plus 100% damage, plus 70% cut, increases draw speed, minus 7 to arts cost, minus 10 to blue card cost, okay? By default, they already have a draw speed level, so when they tag switch, they pick up another one. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield, charges gauge by 40%. That's really strong because anytime they enter, they're just going to get 40% for free. And restores ki and plus 60% damage one time, can't be canceled. Minus 1 to the enemy's draw speed. Applies falling effects itself according to the number of times characters strike or blast arts have hit. One time gets a 20% buff, 2 times nullifies cover change. I'm not sure I love this new meta where it's good. It's good for the character themselves. But you see why I said Indestructible was like insane? Because this character's got all these damage buffs, all the draw speed, the cut penetration, and multiple layers of nullified cover change. It's been going on since like Orange Piccolo released, I believe. Maybe around that time period, where characters now get nullified cover change in more than one place. It's not for long durations, but they get it. So on the second time, this character gets it for 5 counts after they've landed a second card. So, by the way, on hit is actually a really, really strong indicator, right? It's not on activation, meaning it would only trigger really for the third card. That's the way it reads here. But that's fine because they would have had it potentially on the green card. Maybe though, but there is an avenue where they don't have it sometimes. Like Vegito Blue, like on his 5th card, he could potentially not have it, right? Anyway, the following effects occur when changing cover, plus 15% damage inflicted, plus 10% strike damage, minus, here it is, like I said, minus 10% to strike and blast arts power for 20 counts, and minus 20% to blue card and awakened arts power for 20 counts. So when changing cover, they just chop the damage, right? So that's a really big deal. They just chop damage. Draws a blue card next when this character enters the battlefield via tag switch. If the gauge is full, activates once. All right, now they're going to explain the gauge a little more. Knocking me back with the strike, combos into the blue. The following effects occur on receiving an attack that reduces own health to 0. Applies effect cannot be defeated to self. Indestructible there. Applies until the enemy's combo is finished. Cancels downgrades and conditions. Nullifies downgrades and conditions. Reduces enemy's ki. Randomly destroys 2 enemy cards. Inflicts all enemies with no switching for 5 counts. Like I said, I'm not really sure why they have to punish the opponent in this scenario. Okay, so the reason why this is here is so they don't kill you instantly. Like, because there could be a hyper aggressive player that just picks priority right back up, right? That's why. But like the best characters don't really care about this. They'll probably still kill you anyway. They'll still get their cards and ki back. But like, it just, otherwise to me, it feels kind of weird because you're reset to neutral and you got to live. No, I get it though. It's just kind of a weird change. Applies the melee effects itself after effect cannot be defeated has ended. Charges gauge by 50%, restores health, and nullifies unfavorable elements. So they also, like I said, they cleanse themselves, they dispel all debuffs, and then they pick up immunities to all debuffs as well as restoring health and charging their gauge. All right, slightly charges own gauge every time this character uses their switch ability. Applies the following effect itself once the gauge is full, activates one time. So one-time gauge fill. So they're just going to get this kind of easy. I wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't the fastest gauge, actually, because they get the 40% charge. It happens every time they tag. I wouldn't be surprised if this actually wasn't the fastest gauge. Applies falling effects itself when the gauge is full one time, plus 30% damage. Nullify, oh, here it is. Nullify destroy card effects, nullify key reduction effects, nullify reduce Dragon Balls. I didn't even read that part earlier. It's totally Vegito, Blue, and Janemba together for 20 counts. Okay. So when they fill their gauge, they just go God mode. And that's kind of what they were saying. I think they said that this character is going to excel later in the game. So unlike Vegito Blue, who starts with that crap, and kind of fizzles out. Like, he's strong late in the game, but nowhere near as strong. He is so much more manageable after time has elapsed, and it's like, what, 40 counts? After that period, maybe 60 counts, he starts becoming so much more manageable. Applies falling effects itself every time when hit with an enemy special move, ultimate, or awakened arts while this character is on the battlefield. Restores health 10% 3 times. Charges gauge by 70%. Yeah, if they get hit by a blue card, they're going to get a free switch. Plus 20% damage inflicted for 20 counts as well. Alright, so tag switching to Bardock here. Oh no, here's Bardock's side of things. Switch to Goku, restores health by 10% and ki by 40. Applies upgrade to self, minus 2 counts and plus damage and plus draw speed. The Z ability is the same. The strike art is the same. The blast art is the same as well. The blue card applies filling effects itself upon activation, plus 50% damage and nullify endurance, seal greens. Okay, all of that is still the same. The green card applies the following effects itself upon activation, draws a strike, gets ki, gets damage and health restoration, and nullifies cover changes, combos into other arts, and when the gauge is full, minus 20%. And then also cancels downgrades and conditions. Did Goku have that effect? I'm not sure if Goku had to cancel downgrades. Anyway, it's basically the same kit so far. Plus damage versus LOE. Why LOE is not even like a good team? They just get. Actually, no, LOE is a good team. Just a certain composition. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield: charges own switch gauge, restores ki, plus ki recovery. One time can't be canceled. Actually, I think Goku had damage here instead. So yeah, when you switch to either side, you're gonna get the damage and ki recovery. I was wondering where the ki recovery was because I'm pretty sure Goku didn't have like any. All right. Inflicts enemy with a downgrade of minus 25% health restoration. Applies the following effects according to the number of counts according to the number of times the character's strike or blast have hit. 1 time is damage, 2 times is the nullify, and then 3 times is crit rate. I'm pretty sure Goku didn't have that. 25% up to 50. Hit count does reset when you switch out, of course, and the crit rate is cancelable. Actually, it's 15 counts. So, like, can they even... I guess you could get that. You could get that. Oh, by the way, this is also why they're not Super Saiyan. They gave them crit rate. Dude, they would go insane if they were Super Saiyan. They would go insane with Blue Bardock. Every hit would be a crit. Good lord. Applies falling effects itself when the enemy switches while his character is on the battlefield. Plus damage, plus strike damage, plus ki recovery, and minus blast arts cost. And draws a blue card next when his character enters the battlefield via tag switch if the gauge is full 1 time. Knock enemies back with strikes, combos into blues. I'm very happy this character doesn't have a blast version of that. I just hate when characters flip. I hate it. It's so annoying to me. It's good, but it's annoying to me. The following effects occur. That's indestructible. Cancels downgrades. Reduces ki. Destroys cards. No switching. The following effect can't be defeated. Has ended. Restores health by 50%. Nullifies. Oh, okay. This is a little different. So when the can't be defeated is triggered on Bardock's side, nullify, and they don't get 2, they get 1, I'd imagine, right? No way they get 2 per side, right? That'd be insane. So if it's Bardock that happens to be in, he picks up neutral defense. That was another thing I was wondering about, is they also don't have any neutrality, but they don't really need it because they're built in to have neutrality anyway, actually, because they have green and blue as typings. There's not really any overlap there. Slightly charges own unique gauge every time this character uses a switch. Applies the following effects itself once unique gauge is full, activates 1 time plus damage, and those same immunity effects. Applies the following effects itself every time hit with an enemy's blue card or awakened attack while this character is on the battlefield, restores health. So he doesn't have that defensive stuff that Goku has. He's got more like offensive stuff, like the crit rate and stuff. But I'd argue Goku is just better because he has the arts power stuff. Like, that's a huge deal. Maybe there's more differences in Bardock that could make him better, but I think Goku's side is better. And it looked like you start as Goku. So that's cool. But it would be another, if that's the case, it would be another situation where like one side is like better than the other side, which I don't really love that. I feel like they should just be equal, but I understand why they wouldn't be. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed this extended live reaction into breakdown for the new Tag Goku and Bardock. I'll see you all later, guys.